Okay.
Because I don't want them to have to hear it twice. Yeah, you got to keep watching. Can't disconnect now.
Right.
Or you're going to miss it.
Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. Think of my song Passing Through, which will be featuring on my EP coming out soon. Let me know what you guys just thought.
Do, do, do.
Time to call 911. Nova 75. Spot a stroke fast. Visit Stroke Association. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Okay, you got 30 seconds.
All right.
30 seconds. 330.
Oh man, it's been a long weekend.
No, I love that you're interacting. That's great. That's fantastic. 10 seconds. 5. This is Front Range Radio on Tri-Lakes Radio. And it helps if I turn on the mic. This is Front Range Radio on Tri-Lakes Radio. So many things going on, and I just screw up, It happens. I am joined in studio by the lovely Miss Talisa. She just got done doing the song Passing Through before the break. Talk about that song. You mentioned it's going to be on your EP, but what's the story behind the song?
So it's actually, I just kind of started writing it. I was just going through some relationship issues and, was kind of just thinking about life and how nothing really seems to stay permanent. And so the thought passing through came to my mind, and I just started writing from it, and I feel like a lot of times, me personally, I'll be taking life way too seriously, and or thinking, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world and everything, this problem is gonna never go away. And then, even the biggest problems in my life have always just passed on and, faded through. And, I like to, one of my favorite lines out of it is, my life's my Bible to explore, because it's I'm living it, I'm writing it, I'm continuously moving, my life is a message, to be shared. And, these things happen in our lives for a reason. And another line is, we're still searching for the glory in the broken stories, these stories that are so hard and heavy, they are the ones that are the most inspirational and motivational when you pass through, when you move along and you go to the next level and you're like, you know what, I overcame it. And that's where I find that I'm able to inspire people, because it's I'm real with my music. I'm nothing's easy, but hey, we're all in this together, so yeah.
You mentioned earlier that you're working on an EP.
Yes.
Have you picked out the songs that are going to be on the EP?
Yes, I have. And
how did you make that process of choosing which songs to put on the EP?
Well, I guess I just kind of went with feeling wise and the feeling that I wanted to open up to the world with. I wanted people, because I have one single that's released and it's on iTunes and Spotify and Google Play, and that song is called Briefly. But this will be my first project that I'm hey, this is who I am, truly, and so I chose the songs that I have a deep connection to all my songs, but these are the songs that I felt would be a good way to introduce Talisa to the world, to really show them, who I am. And actually one of the songs I chose to put on it because recently a friend of mine named Mary, who's, you might be watching, but what's up, Mary? Shout out to Mary James. That was the first song I ever wrote, and she just always has loved it. And she lives in Hawaii, we met in Hawaii. She doesn't live there anymore, but she was she messaged me and was can you please record that song for me? And it's fitting to have one of my first songs that I wrote on, the first song that I wrote on my first EP, so especially because I still like it, so yes.
How far along are you in the process of the EP?
It has been, at first it was hard to choose the songs. So I have like a few songs recorded that I'm not actually using. I was looking for a producer to produce beats on top of my guitar, but that didn't go so well. So I just have chosen to do it myself now.
Well, can I stop you right there? Mm-hmm. How difficult is it finding a producer that you're comfortable working with?
It's definitely difficult. I've definitely gone through many different producers, and I think that everything is in, the universe's timing, and the people, you just have to kind of find the right person to work with, and somebody who shares your vision and who is also as dedicated as you. And me being, I'm extremely dedicated to this music. There's just not many people who are on that same level as me. Even they'll say like, yeah, man, like this is all I do. Like I love it. And then, then won't like produce anything for me until like months later, or like a few weeks later, and they're just like, oh yeah, and, so I guess I've just stopped just letting, I don't know, maybe it's meant that I was meant to always, produce my own beats to it, because I was always like, oh, I'm not good enough, but now these ones that I am producing are like pretty good, like I'm pretty proud of it, and it makes it more me, and that's what feels good for me.
Would you like to play another song?
Yes, of course, definitely. And I'm going to play the song I was talking about, the first song I ever wrote, and this one is called Broken Wings. So I'm not perfection. That's not who I'm trying to be. No, I've got no answers. That's all I'm trying to say. Well, I fall and I get burned up, seeing the world for what it is. Unfaithful, sick and dirty, it hurts. I'm tired of these guys. Butterflies can't fly if they've got some broken wings. My God told me that's the most depressing thing. See, without hope we move nowhere, yeah. And without love we just don't care. Now please raise the outcast. That's all I'm praying for. Can't you see? Lost cause, lost voices. Oh child, why are you doing this to me? Too long we're suffocating, pushing us deeper, pulling us under. I'm tired, I'm so ashamed. I'm ready to breathe, ready to be free. Butterflies can't fly if they've got some broken wings. My God told me that's the most depressing thing. Now, see, without hope we move nowhere, yeah. And without love we just don't care. So I say, fly on, fly on, fly on for me, please. Fly on, fly on, fly on for we. Butterflies can't fly if they've got some broken wings. My God told me that's the most depressing thing. See, without hope we move nowhere, yeah. And without love we just don't care. So I say, fly on, fly on, fly on for me, please. Fly on, fly on, fly for we, yeah. Fly on, for we.
Talisa on Front Range Radio, Broken Wings, the song she just performed. So much I want to talk to you or talk with you about, but one of the things I want to make sure we discuss is your involvement with Born Like Others.
Yes.
Talk
Born
about
Like
that.
Others.
Number one, talk about the organization. What is it?
So Born Like Others is an orphanage in Uganda, in Masaka, Uganda, and they take care of about over 50 street children and orphans. And so basically what they do is they provide shelter for them, they pay for their schooling, they pay for their food, they pay for their clothing, for pretty much everything and anything, you know. And they're I came across them because a good friend of mine actually went and volunteered there, and she just knew that I was the type of person who has always been wanting to help people, and I love children especially. And so she told the director about me, and we've been in contact for like the last 2 years now, and I've been fundraising for them in Hawaii, fundraising for them here. We just recently had a fundraiser at Sunshine Studios, and that went awesome. We raised over $300 for the kids, and you know, and now I finally raised enough money, and I will be going there in 10 days actually, and I'll be there for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so. Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go there, what are you going to do during your trip there?
So I'm bringing them some donations like clothing and small musical instruments, and also a guitar that somebody has donated, and we'll be bringing that there. And then I'll also be teaching the kids music, doing yoga with them, because I'm also becoming a certified yoga instructor. And so I'll be teaching them some yoga, and you know, there's 50 kids, so you know, there's always going to be something to do, you know, maybe even just helping with homework, or like helping organize things, or helping get everyone dinner, and you know, things like that. And I also plan on shooting like a little mini documentary there, because one of the most important things is just raising awareness about the organization, because it's such a beautiful and awesome thing that we want people to know about it. Because I know that once people know about it, then they're going to want to help, and they're going to want to give, and it'll open a bunch of other opportunities, you know. So, and me and the director kind of have this, we talked about this vision kind of, you know, creating like multiple Born Like Others, and you know, like eventually being able to build a school and have a well, and then help out other orphanages, and create this online website called Beyond Borders, in which we'll just be connecting these groups, these charities, you know, and these organizations, and like, you know, building something huge out of this orphanage. But you know, it starts with making sure that these kids, this orphanage at first is good, you know, and then we can move on, you know. And the director sometimes travels to the United States, he's gone to Canada, you know, so he's branching out, and you know, I see this being like a lifetime thing for me.
I was going to ask, do you see this being a long-term relationship with this organization?
Yes, most definitely. It feels like when I started playing music, I felt that I wanted to use it to help people, like as a tool. Because growing up, whenever somebody asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I'd just be like, I want to help people. I don't know, but I just want to help people, you know. And then I found music, and I was like, yo, this is a great way to be able to help people, not only through my music, but use that as a tool to help out and reach out to these charities that really need it, you know, because these kids are living a completely different lifestyle, you know. We don't really understand how privileged it is that we are until, you know, you go and see things like this, you know. And it's like, you know, $300 to us is like, oh, that's cool, you know, but to them,
well, yes, I mean, talk about that, because that is a lot of money over there that we just say, oh, $300.
Yeah, so
buys me a dinner. That's about it. I mean,
so pretty much. So just to kind of see in this grand scheme of things, $3,000 will pay for all of the kids' school tuition. So that's 50 children. So $300 is immense. You know, like I believe that I think that our dollar is our like no there or something like our dollar is their money is worth like 0.06% of our dollar, you know, like their $1 is worth like 0.06% of ours, you know. So it's a huge difference. It really is. You know, I haven't been to Uganda yet, but just seeing from third world countries, I have been to India and Nepal, and you know, there I could buy like a full course, like 3-course meal with $3, you know, and I was staying in luxury hotels